Good morning. It is Thursday, May the 12th, the end of the week. And hopefully I shall be back on Sunday to see you. All right, so today we're going to do our maths lesson, and we are on lesson 5 once again. This is the second day we're doing dividing by 10. All right, your success criteria or your lesson objective is that you will build on your previous understanding and extend the concept to divide two-digit numbers by 10. All right, so you'll have a tens place today, in other words. Place value counters you will need, and your whiteboard and a whiteboard pen. So please get all of those things. Pause the video if you need to get them. Your vocabulary, divide, that means putting things into groups, equal groups. All right, remember, partitioning, we use partitioning when we divide. We partition them into groups. Tenths is what we're going to talk about today, and that's a fractional part of 10, which ends up being a whole. All right, so 10 tenths equals 1 whole. All right, so I want you to look at your picture, and you can see there are some boxes of books. You've got questions. I want you to talk about these with your partners. You can pause the video so that you can do that. All right, so now we'll share our answers. 12 can be partitioned into 1 10 and 2 1s, all right? We know that if we make a place value grid, that's exactly what we would do with a 12, all right? We've got 1s, and we've got 10s, and if we wrote the number 12, we would have 1 10 and 2 1s, all right? So 10 ones and 20 tenths is the same thing. All right, we just simply move and make so here we've got 1 10 and 10 ones, and then now we're going to move these over, and I'm going to make exchanges for 10 ones. I'm going to, for 1 10, I'm going to end up with 10 ones. All right, so I'm moving these here and exchanging them, and I'm moving these here. All right, for 2 1s, I end up with 20 tenths, all right, which is what this says right here. All right, and then, let me erase these because I want you to see what's underneath. All right, now, so then 10 1s divided by 10 is equal to 1 1. All right, these 10 1s, if I divide that into 10 equal pieces, I get 1 1. All right, 20 tenths divided into 10, I get 2 tenths. All right, so my answer here ends up being 1.2 each, which is what each book weighs in the box A. All right. Now we need to calculate 14 divided by 1 for the other part, which was, let's go back. All right, how heavy is each book in box B? And that box, the total mass of the whole box is 1.4, and there are 10 books in that box. So now we've got to figure out how to do this one. All right, so we need to calculate 14 divided by 10. All right, 14 is equal to 1 10 and 4 1s. And then we exchange, and we find that 10 1s and 40 tenths, just like we did up here, only we've got 10 1s, and then we've got double this because there's 20 tenths here, but we're going to end up with 40 tenths in this problem, all right? All right, so for this one, 40 tenths. All right, so 10 1s divided by 10 is equal to 1 1. 40 tenths divided by 10 equals 4 tenths. So your full answer here is going to be 1.4. All right, 14 divided by 10, 1 1 and 4 tenths is equal to 1.4. So each book weighs 1.4 kilograms. Okay. If you have questions, stop the video, ask Miss Asma. All right. We can go through these later again, though, if you need to. All right, here we've got a box of 10 identical toy cars, and each toy cars, which has a mass of 23 kilograms. So we've got 2 tens and 3 ones, 23. However, we want to know what the mass of each car is, and since there are 10 of them, we need to divide this number by 10. All right, we are going to take 23. So our problem is 23 divided by 10, and so we're going to exchange. So for 20, right here, the 2 tens, I'm going to exchange them for 21s, which is the same thing. Now for 3 ones, I'm going to exchange that for 30 tens. Okay, tenths, not 30 tens. All right, so 23 is equal to 2 tens and 3 ones, and or 20 ones. We've got 20 of these, and 30 tenths. All right, so then when we divide 20 ones by 10, we get 2 ones. All right, and we're going to put that, both of those go right here. 30 tenths divided by 10, so 30 divided by 10 equals 3 tenths, and we're going to put the 3 tenths here. So then we're going to say 2 and 3 kilograms. So 2.3 kilograms is what each car weighs. All right, questions? Go ahead and stop the video and talk with Miss Asma, all right? Now, what calculations do these place value grids help you to solve? All right, if I have 30 or 3 tens, 31, okay? Oops, I need to use my pencil again, sorry. So I want to say 31, and if we're dividing all these, they're putting these into groups of 10, so we're dividing by 10. And so if I do that, I get 1, 2, 3 groups of 10, and then I'm going to make my decimal, and here we've got 1 group of 10. Sorry, you can see that, 1 group of 10. So my answer is 3.1. All right, 31 divided by 10 is 3.1. All right, so let's go to our challenge. All right, our challenge says, what are the largest and smallest answers for number B that can be made in this number sentence below? We're going to use 2 of the digit cards to represent A and B. We're going to move this over here so we have space to write. All right, so number A divided by 10. Now we're going to make the biggest. We'll start with the biggest. So my biggest is 54. Do you agree? And we're dividing that by 10. And so if I divide 50 divided by 10, I get 5. And if I divide 4 by tenths, I get 4 tenths, or 5.4. All right, because you remember. And that means number B is 5.4. So A would be 54, B is 5.4. All right, if I do the smallest numbers, I'm going to start with 14, right? And I'm going to divide that by 10. So A would be 14 and B is going to be, all right, if I divide 10, I've got my 110. So I divide 10 by 10 and I get 1. And if I divide 4 by 10, I get 4 tenths or 1.4. Okay? I want you to notice here what Aki says. Is there a pattern linking the number A values and the number B values? Notice that 5 and 4 divided by 10 is 5.4. So it's the same number, except I've got my decimal point right here. Same with 14 divided by 10. This is the same number, but my decimal point's in here, okay? So there is a pattern, if you notice this. If I were to divide 23 divided by 10, all right, my number would be 20 divided by 10 is 2. 3 divided by 10 is 3 tenths, but I write that in decimal form as 2.3. Okay, so you can see 23 is 2.3. No matter what number I start with over here, it's going to be the same numerals, but with the decimal in the middle when I divide by 10. All right, and you'll continue to see this as we work with hundredths, etc. in future lessons. All right, now build on today your success criteria. We're gonna write, I can build on my previous understanding and extend the concept to divide two-digit numbers by 10. I want you to show Miss Asma, are you good with this? Are you kind of, I'm still learning, I'm doing okay, but I'm still learning, I'm not sure of everything, or I really just don't understand any of this, okay? So show her so that we can figure out next week when I'm back what things we might either need to reteach or help you with, okay? Now, instead of doing our groupings today, because we only do that 4 days a week, Friday we're going to work on a little bit of problem solving. So you have 2 worksheets that you can do right now. And then when you're finished with the worksheets, Miss Asma will pass them out. When you're finished with the worksheets, you can get ready and work through your practice book. And don't forget to do your sum dog every night, all right? That's really important. Make sure that you get your sum dog work done, okay? It really will help you to get faster and faster with your multiplication. All right, have a great weekend. I'll see you a bit later in different classes, but I hope you have a great weekend. Great rest of your day today too.